Coming up on CHTV, Chandler gives a look into the Wishing Crane Project Club, Ren teaches us about color blindness, and Caroline gives us a glimpse at the choirs at Carmel High School. Stay tuned for this and more on CHTV. I'm Gigi Welp. Congrats on making it to your last week before spring break, Greyhounds.
And as always, I'm Dangler. It's Monday today, which means you guys are lucky enough to get 3 newscasts before the end of this week. Before we start today's show, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and remain standing for a moment of silence.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may be seated.
Police say 1 man was killed and 5 others were wounded, including a police officer, during an early morning shooting Sunday in Indianapolis.
This happened on the east side of the city as thousands of visitors were downtown for this weekend's basketball games.
Reports say a fight in a bar parking lot led to the injury of 4, including that police officer who was shot in the thigh.
Another man arrived at a hospital with injuries consistent to those reported by the officers.
He died despite receiving medical treatment from staff, and his name will be released after his family has been notified by the coroner's office.
Our second story today is for all you spring breakers.
We've compiled some stats for you as you head to the airport or Jakar to travel for spring break.
It has been 15 years since a U.S. airliner has had a fatal crash. But remember, in January, Alaska Airlines famously had an emergency door blow off one of their planes.
There's just a 1 in 93% chance of dying in a car, while planes have just too little data to accurately calculate a percentage, says the U.S. Department of Transportation. However, a panel of experts was assembled in November, and they claim that tracking technology is underdeveloped and understaffed.
Since then, there has been an increase in reports of cracked windshields and losing tires. Associated Press reports that a large number of these are often traced to Boeing planes specifically.
On Wednesday's show, we'll dive into exactly what's going on with the plane manufacturer and why they're being investigated by the FBI.
But for now, we are sending it over to entertainment with Selah.
Good morning, Greyhounds. I'm Selah Kearby, back with your entertainment update for today. Starting off our show with a fun fact that many of you may not know is that while 1 in 12 men worldwide are colorblind, only 1 in 200 women have the same condition. To learn more on this trait, let's hear from TV34 student Ren for all you need to know about colorblindness, and a special interview from none other than WHJE radio advisor, Mr. James.
Is a recessive trait caused by the mutations of genes. It occurs in the retina when there's a problem with 1 or more of your color cone cells. Color blindness can be inherited or acquired. Normally, however, red, green, and blue-yellow color deficient, while very few are monochromacy, which is total color blindness. There are 7 official categories of color blindness, with 4 types of color blindness falling under the red-green category, while 2 are in the blue-yellow spectrum. I sat down with WHJE teacher Mr. James to hear what it's like being colorblind.
It can be a problem sometimes at work. So sometimes if on a PowerPoint or something like that, when things are highlighted in maybe red, yellow, and orange and things like that, I can't really see the difference between some of those colors.
There are 2 types of color blindness, severe color blindness and mild color blindness. Severe color blindness occurs when all 3 cone cells are absent, while mild color blindness occurs when all 3 cone cells are present, but 1 is malfunctioning. Mr. James tells us how his color blindness impacts his work skills.
So if we're looking at grades, for example, so students who might have a failing grade or something might be highlighted in red, I can't really see the difference between that and students who've got their grades highlighted in green. So that can be quite awkward and time consuming for me. Traffic lights. Do you really want to drive with me? I'll just leave that with you.
That was a little inside look on Mr. James' life and how color blindness affects him. I'm Ren with CHTV.
Thanks so much to Ren for this eye-opening package. On the topic of people here at CHS, as many of you are in clubs currently or looking ahead to join clubs for next year, we have a quick promo on one of our amazing clubs here at Carmel. This club being none other than the Wishing Crane Project, where you get to relax and make paper cranes to donate to hospices and hospitals throughout Indiana. Let's send it over to Chandler Dishman to learn more.
The Wishing Crane Project is a 100% student-run nonprofit organization that creates arts and crafts for hospices and hospitals throughout the world. They meet on Thursdays once every 2 meets. The club starts right after school. They make cranes until 5 p.m. According to a Japanese legend, a crane represents good fortune and longevity, and folding 1,000 cranes means that a wish is granted.
Thanks, Chandler. Switching to a more somber story, if you haven't been following the latest news on the Princess of Wales, Kate Middleton, I have an overview on the current events. Within the last few weeks, many people all over have been noting her unusual absence from events and creating possible reasons for this vacancy in her duties. But unfortunately, Kate released a press report stating how she was diagnosed with cancer. This past winter, Kate had an abdominal surgery, and during this, doctors found a cancerous mass that was then removed. She is currently undergoing preventative chemotherapy, and for those who aren't familiar, it's even more shocking because King Charles revealed just last month how he too was diagnosed with cancer. We send positive thoughts and wishes to Kate and her family through this tough time. Before we send it over to Brenna with our sports update for today, let's hear from Ethan Wu, who recently joined Ambassadors for this season to provide a fiddle backtrack to this year's set. Let's take a look into his special season. How's it going, Ethan?
So I was like the violin feature and the opener of their ambassador shows. So basically, one of my friends in choir, they talked to me, or like they told me that there was an opportunity to play violin with like the ambassadors. So I went to Mr. Marker about it, and I basically just asked him if I could do it. I had no idea like anything about the choir stuff, like how intense their schedule was and whatnot. But being able to experience everything was really fun. I've been able to make like lots of new friends. I was like really scared while the ambassadors because they're like a pretty like tight knit group. But being able to meet all of them was really like I was able to integrate myself like pretty quickly. Like they're really welcoming.
Hey Greyhounds and happy Monday. I'm Brenna Markland here with sports. As always, check out the bar below to see a recap of scores from this weekend. Starting off this Saturday, the girls track and field team got first place at Hoosier State Relays Indoor Championship. Junior Emily Norris set a school record with a time of 7.73 in the 60-meter dash. At the end of the day, the Hounds won with a total of 60 points, 10 points above Hamilton Southeastern, who came in second. What an awesome way to finish out the indoor season. Shifting gears, March Madness is getting intense, and I don't know about you, but my bracket isn't looking so good. One of the biggest upsets to happen on Thursday was when 14-seed Oakland took out 3-seed Kentucky by only 4 points in just the first round, ending the game with a score of 80-76. On Friday, 13-seed Yale beat Auburn by 2 points, taking them out in the first round as well. Last night, in an extremely close overtime game, 1st-seed Houston beat 9-seed Texas A&M. In the end, Houston pulled out another win just by 5 points at the end of overtime and securing their spot in the Sweet 16. There will be a short break for teams starting today, and the games will resume with the Sweet 16 next Thursday, March 28th. Last but not least, the girls lacrosse team plays Heritage Christian High School tomorrow at home. Show up at Murray Stadium at 7:30 p.m. to support your Lady Hounds. That's all I have in sports today, Carmel. Now let's send it back to the news desk.
Thanks, Brenna. We want to take a moment to wish anyone celebrating Holi today success, happiness, and prosperity.
Holi is a Hindi festival of colors and is symbolized by throwing colored powder, dancing, and sharing food with friends.
It also marks the arrival of spring and the triumph of good over evil.
Now let's send it over to our in-studio announcements.
Hi Greyhounds, are you interested in math, biology, or just simply learning something new? Carmel Math Honor Society will be hosting its guest speaker, Dr. Arciero, this Wednesday at 4:05 p.m. in room A314. Dr. Arciero will be discussing stress and the impact it has on our bodies through the use of math models. If this sounds interesting to you, make sure to pull up and to bring a friend. Thank you.
Thanks, in-studio. We would like to wish a happy birthday to everybody listed on the screen below.
Happy birthday, everyone. CHS students, are you looking for a job? Check out the annual job fair today during SSRT in the varsity gym. 20 local businesses will be present and ready to hire. If you're interested in attending, please get a pass from your SSRT teacher.
Congratulations to the World Guard for their silver medal at the WGI Power Regional in Cincinnati this past weekend.
Reminder that applications for members of the Computer Science Honor Society are open and will close Tuesday, March 26. Current sophomores and juniors are eligible to apply. For questions, email carmelcshs@gmail.com or talk to Mrs. Anderson in room F104. Come and join the Effective Altruism Club that will be exploring what effective altruism is and currently doing as an organization and exploring careers. The next meeting will be on Thursday, March 28th before school at 8:30 a.m. in room E116.
Seniors, this is your last chance to check your name on the composites in the windows of the activities office. This is how your name will be read at graduation and the picture used in the commencement program. If you did not have your picture taken by Prestige by the October deadline, you will be listed as not pictured. Report any corrections to Mrs. Gabbard in the activities office.
That's all we have for you this morning, Greyhounds.
Thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to follow our Instagram at Carmel TV.
Until next time, Carmel, I've been Dangler.
And I've been Gigi Welp. Have
a great Monday, Greyhounds.